Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Prospects eRacing League Tier 1, Round 12 and Season Finale here in Spa. Championship is already wrapped up, of course. I think it was, it was Troye who has wrapped up the championship. They've also now managed to wrap up the constructors as well because the Alpine drivers aren't here this evening. So no Alpine drivers racing this season. So that has handed Alfa Romeo the championship for the constructors, and it's basically it's gloves off now, isn't it? It's everything. Everyone's got the free reign to play out there now. Obviously, I'm on my own this evening here in the comms box. My usual co-coms is absent this evening, so comms are being brought to you by myself, Zippo, and hopefully I'll put on a good enough show for you guys here on my own. And hopefully don't disappoint you guys here in the comms box this evening. So I've got a few drivers coming out on the track at the moment. We've got a Haas car. Haas, the first driver out on track. I believe that maybe it's going to be Foxy, actually. Foxy is going to be the first driver coming out on the track here in Spa. Now, I wonder if it's going to be dry, if it's raining, etc., etc. But good evening to everybody that has tuned in so far. None of you currently watching live with me this evening. And, apologies if there is going to be any breaks in speech. Crew, what do you need me to do to join you on comms? Jump in a Discord call with me. Basically, that's literally all you need to do, my man. Jump in a Discord call with me, and we can go through comms from there, my man. You'll be picked up on stream anyway, so it's all set up, ready to go, just for you to jump in a call. But yeah, so Spa Francorchamps, to be honest, one of my favourite tracks. I'm not going to lie. It is one of my favourite tracks. I love it here. It's unfortunate that it's being looked at for, being taken off the calendar. It's a bit it's unfortunate, I think, more than anything. I don't even know what your PSN is. PLR, right? Okay. Oh, of course it is. So apologies, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Underscore crew, isn't it? There you are. Okay, so here we go then. Foxy, the first timed lap for the drivers out there. Is he? No. Was he overtaken? No, he wasn't. No, crew. Foxy is going to be the first driver setting that time lapse. So here we go. Let's see what we can do here in Spa Francorchamps. Yeah, I was there last year. Obviously, it got rained off. Unfortunate, really, that we haven't actually got to see the race. Very, very unfortunate. Right, let me just grab my headphones then. There we go, you've got audio as well now, guys. Sorry about that. So, yes, here goes Foxy as he comes around the final few corners here, coming down towards the bus stop chicane, going through this long, swooping left-hander. David coming in with Prime, subscribing 2 months now. Very, very nice. And the Mousemeister as well, coming in for 2 months as well today. Thank you very much for choosing Prospects and staying with these guys. You know, it's much appreciated. These guys are a brilliant league, and supporting them as much as you possibly can is the best way forward, in my opinion. Foxy sets a 144.251. Next up, we are going to have Ripley as he goes quickest to 43.8. And I tell you what I need to do. I need to turn the game sound down in my ear roll. So crew, just let me know when you're ready. I'll drop you a call. Right, crew, you are ready, so we're going to drop you a call right now. Right,
you alright?
Hello, how are you?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. So we can see you on there, so that's great. Yeah, we can hear you on stream as well, which is brilliant. So,
Excellent.
welcome in. Are you in the lobby as well?
I am. I'll follow your lead, mate. I've done this a few times before, so don't worry.
Yeah, no worries. I don't mind who I do conquer, to be honest.
You can't leave you on your Todd on the last round of the season, can we?
I don't mind. So let's have a look and see what's going on. So obviously we've wrapped up the championships already. Obviously Alfa Romeo wrapping up the constructors because there's no Alpine driver this evening. Spider-Man is in an Alpine. Though he's not in a Williams. Steve Burton's in the Alpine, but he's reserving, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so...
Yes, he is. He's tier 2. So he's reserving, yes.
So, yeah, that is it. That is it for the constructors as well. Troy 8 wrapping up the Drivers' Championship, 2-3 weeks ago. And, yeah, it's literally hats off, gloves off. Everyone out there for their own, each for their own now, really.
Yeah, boots off as well. Like you said, socks off, any foot warmers, any totes off, any...
Just not helmets off, because that's against the rules.
Yeah,
then again, it's the FIA, so who knows what rules they're making up nowadays.
Yeah, well, we all know what the FIA stands for, but it's not what we think it is. But that's a different matter for a different day.
I saw that. I can't remember who it was, but that just tickled me. It tickled me. It really did.
Yeah.
Artistic saying. My bad. I just looked. I thought it was PS Tier. This is PS Tier 1.
It is artistic. Don't worry, mate. It was never supposed to be you. We've had a late dropout due to some personal issues from Luke from SIG. So it's not you, artistic, mate. That's tomorrow night. So get yourself geared up and ready for tomorrow, my friend.
Exactly. Yes. So no idea. So Bevo just going through turn 1 now in that beautiful looking Ferrari. Apparently we're going to be getting the McLaren this week. Well, we've already got the McLaren. No, we're going to be getting the McLaren this week, apparently, this Wednesday. We'll be getting
the livery.
Yes, which means that...
tomorrow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
It's tomorrow or Wednesday, I think.
One or two, yeah.
And then I think we're probably going to lose the Ferrari livery, which is a real shame in my opinion.
Sorry, just on with Anza then. He decided to create a new corner at Eau Rouge, which a few people will have done, no doubt, and a few people will still do, but he survived. He's alive, he's still going.
Troy 8 in and retiring, obviously not allowed to set a lap once you turn up to qualifying late. So that is your championship driver there, champion elect, let's say. Is he back to back or is it just his sole one? I'm not sure.
Oh, now you're asking.
Now I wasn't here last season, so I don't know.
I should know, really, shouldn't I? That's dreadful.
You should know, really, yeah.
I should know. If anyone's going to know, it should be me.
I
I can't remember. No, I believe last season's champion bowed out.
Oh, interesting.
I took a sabbatical, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm going to get some backlash. I should know this stuff.
But I'm interested to see what's going to be happening moving forward, though, for the new season. Nice looking little schedule you've got built up there. Looking very good.
Yeah, well, we've had a few numbers drop out in the league in
Yeah.
general. If those of you who don't know, I'm one of the directors for PlayStation, so me and myself and David Bowyer run the PlayStation side of things. But but yeah, in general for the PlayStation and what have you, I can only speak for that definitely. Well, there's been a lot of drop off of numbers in general, but that's been across the board in a lot of leagues that we've known. That
My own
we're all,
included. Yeah.
yeah, we're all in different leagues. We all have friends in different leagues, so it isn't a PRL problem. It isn't a prospects problem. It's a Formula One 2023. Oh, sorry, 2022 problem.
Yeah,
The
it's
game.
just that people just don't like. I think it's more the handling model, the fact that there's just still so many bugs in the game. But I think it's primarily the handling model. A lot of people have just given up on the game.
Yeah, there is a lot of that. But so with that in mind, I think looking like we're going to drop down. We are still going to have 4 tiers, but the suggestion is obviously watch this space, guys and girls. This is all to be confirmed, but this is the likelihood of it. We're going to drop down to tiers 1, 2, and 3. Have a rejig of everyone, and because now we know what people's pace is on this game, we've got a better idea of where to put people. And then we're going to have a 4th tier, which is going to be a realistic tier, which is going to be open pretty much to everyone. First come, first served basis on registering interest on that sort of thing. So, but that will be managed effectively. So, for example, if Troy Air was taking part in that, along with myself, for example, who's bottom half of tier 3, Troy A would end up in one of the slower cars like the Williams or whatever, and I could be like in something like the Red Bull or a Mercedes or Ferrari or something. So
which is how it should be.
it's it evens itself out. So it evens itself out with the performance of the car and the pace of the driver. So yeah, so it's just try and make it an all even playing field, but just for something different. But we'll see how we go with that, and but that's just a rough idea of what's going to go on. But
So interesting that
yeah.
that it's doing that. But I have one question. Say for example, a tier 4 driver can't commit to the tier 3 night, let's say. Where do they then stand? Or a tier 2 can't commit to tier 1, or tier 3 can't commit to.
Well, this is where the realistic thing comes into it. So regardless of whether people can commit or not, we know the pace. So
Yeah.
if all that they can do is the realistic, then obviously and someone else has already got a seat in. So you got, for example, yourself, who let's just put us two both into it,
Yeah.
as an example. You can only commit to the realistic extra thing, but I've already got a seat and can commit to both. You'll get the seat preference over me because you don't have a
Yeah.
seat to begin with. So if there's only guys who can commit to that one, then that's fine. That they'll be favoured towards that. That doesn't mean they can't reserve in other tiers as well if they're able
Yeah.
to do so. Either that, or if they don't want to do the realistic thing, then they can just be a reserve and just race as and when they like.
Right, yeah, gotcha. That's fair enough. Yeah, because I know, just from reading things, some drivers are just a little bit concerned because they can't commit to the night that they may not
Where
be
it
able
should
to
be
race
going, where
that
they're
night.
scheduled, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what you don't want to do is obviously where there's drivers, where you're losing drivers anyway, not from the league's issue. But what you don't want to do is you don't then want to have drivers being put off because they physically can't turn up to the night that they're
Totally agree.
respectively being in, and which is why I like the idea of the realistic league, because it brings everybody, it brings all 3 tiers together.
Yeah.
Which is good, because obviously then you could have the likes of, as you said, Troy Ye, and I don't know, for example, who Just Coconuts from tier 2.
Yeah.
In the Williams, because they're both very, very quick drivers.
Yeah, for argument's sake, yeah, you could have those guys there. And then
so they would
the
be.
likes of someone who's struggling in tier 3 or middle of tier 4 or wherever.
Go into a Mercedes or a Red Bull.
Mercedes or a Ferrari, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
No,
I like realistic.
I understand your concern with what you're saying about the numbers and what have you, and potentially, for lack of a better term, alienating people. That's not what we're trying to do. Obviously, we're trying to give everyone the best experience that we can.
Yeah,
but we're in a position where we are now that we've got that many numbers, that many drivers to fill. We're now in a positive, lucky position where there's demand for seats. people want seats, so we'll fill those tiers, no problem.
Oh, of course you will,
And
yeah.
it'll be a case of we never start a season with the exact same 60, well, 80 in this case, 80 drivers that finish the previous.
No, because drivers come
Through
and go.
several reasons. Because drivers don't finish the season for whatever reasons, whether
Yeah.
it's not happy with the game, not happy with the league, not happy with themselves, um, stuff going on with personal life,
Yeah.
busy with work, whatever. That's fine. It's life. There's no problem with that. And this is, again, people need to not necessarily need to remember, but just to remind people, this is our first season on this new game.
Yeah,
So
with the
this
new
is
handling
also
model, the new cars,
with the new handling model,
yeah,
the new concepts, the new
yeah,
cars,
exactly, yeah.
the new this, the new that. They're still fixing bugs. They never fixed all the bugs from the last game. It's going to happen to an extent,
Yeah.
but people's tolerance of it all are going to go down. So
But the thing is,
we're
though,
still
I think
learning
people's
about it.
tolerance
So
has gone down so much because it's consistent. Some of the bugs in this game now, we're in 2019, we're in 2020, in 2021, in 22. Some of the bugs in the game now, we're in the 19 beta. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah, I know what you're saying, and it's all well and good. We can sit here until the cows come home and chew the fat about it, can't we? About what's going on with it, but we can only do what we can do, can't we?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't disagree with you. Don't get me wrong. I do
Yeah.
not disagree with you.
And I think that's
Well,
why
it is what it is.
people's patience has finally just stopped. You know, and I've stopped league racing myself because I just don't enjoy league racing anymore. I don't enjoy the driving of it, but the comms side of it, I stopped racing to focus on comms more because I enjoy
Fair
comms more than I did racing. And that's been my stance on the F1 game for about the last 2 or 3. But I continued racing, and I just fell more and more and more out of love with racing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Some people, I know a few guys are taking a break at the end of this season because for that reason.
Yeah.
Amongst others, but no, we'll be fine. You know, people come back. People do come back. So,
Yeah, they do,
and when
of
they do
course.
come back, then we can readdress things. If we get, when it comes to this next registration window, there's going to be 60 tier seats plus another 20 realistic seats available.
Yeah.
So there's going to be up to 80 different drivers taking part.
Yeah, plus
if we get a
reserves.
registration, if we get a registration of 105, 110, that's perfect for that sort of
Yeah, of course it is, because you've then
body of
got
drivers.
a good amount of reserves as well, haven't you?
Exactly. But then if it comes to the end of the following season when we get 160 registration, then right, we're going to have to go back to 4 tiers again.
Yeah, of course, and that's what happens. You know,
And that's fine. You know, we're prepared for it. We've done it before. We can do it again. It's not, you know, there's no issue. So
yeah.
we'll take it all as it comes. But anyway, it's the last minute of quali, mate. Forget about that. Last quali of the
I
season.
know, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, Alex on provisional pole position, just a 10th ahead of Mitwi, 2 tenths ahead of Lima. I mean, this is what I love about Tier 1. It's so close. Tier 1 is just so close. And you've got Anza and Basil here not setting laps, and you've Troy obviously retiring, and C. Burton did retire on track just coming out of Eau Rouge, but it wasn't. I don't think it was in the wall crash. I think it was just whatever. It might have been in the wall crash. I don't know. I didn't see it.
I noticed him bin it at Eau Rouge on the map and the yellow flag, but I didn't see anything other than that.
But
too busy
Anza's on
watching
his
around.
lap, Basil's on his lap, and the 2 drivers that haven't set times are the 2 that are on their laps, leaving it till the death. Any mistakes now and it's qualifying over.
Yeah,
That's
that's
very
it. And
smooth
Lima's on
there.
a lap as well. He's just come down.
Yeah,
Who are
very
you on
smooth from
with?
them two. I was on board with Basil and Anza. Just keeping an eye on them two, but also want to keep an eye on Mitwi, because Mitwi's actually not up on his time. He's down on his time. He's just under a 10th down on his time at the moment. Yellow flags in sector 2. I think that's for Chappers. Or is that Folksy? No, it's Folksy, just getting out of the way. He's spinning round, so he's completely finished with his. And so's Mitwi. Mitwi's spun it in the sector 2-3 split, so he's not going to improve as Lima continues through. We've got Folksy on the Chappers on his lap, currently down in P10, and that's Lima out of qualifying as well. So drivers making a few mistakes here. Pirate's not going to improve, he's invalidated. Spider-Man coming
Basil's
through.
just gone as well. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, he just took a
Here
bit
comes
too
Spider-Man
much
though, into the bus
curb.
stop chicane.
Yeah, Basil just took a bit too much curb. Oh, and Anza looks like he's binned it. Yeah,
Oh,
Anza's binned it.
Spider-Man goes fifth fastest. And
Spidey, I'm telling you now, Spidey. I've known Spidey from pretty much day one of online racing, maybe day three of the online racing that I've had. And he loves this place. You keep an eye on Spidey in this race. He loves this place.
yeah, it's
Chappers
one of
P4,
these.
good shout.
Yeah, Chappers P4. Chappers is definitely capable of tier 1. Definitely capable of tier 1.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He's
So
a
is Abe as well.
driver.
P7. That he'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Coconuts as well, comfortably a tier 1 driver.
Oh, I've had some scraps of coconuts over the years, back in the original T2. Oh, I'll tell you one. This is how good coconuts is. In an original tier 2 a few years, I think it's the first time we had tier 2 tiers. I got pole at Canada by about 6/10, and then he just walked away from me in the race. I couldn't touch him.
Wow, that's crazy.
He was P2. Anyway,
Alex takes pole position, a 10th ahead of Mitwee. You've got Lima in 3rd place there. Chapper's in 4th place, great lap from him. Spider-Man in 5th place. Apparently Spider-Man is sandbagging, so we'll have to wait and see in the race. Coconuts in 6th place, So Habe in 7th there. You've got Drunk Pirate in 8th, Bevo 9th, and Fogsy rounding up your top 10. C. Burton, the final of your time setters here. Troye, Basil, Anza not setting a lap, will start 12th, 13th and 14th. Lights out, formation lap coming up very soon, guys.
yeah, Coconuts just commented his race pace is usually a bit better than quali pace. Bit better, mate. You left me for dust all the time. But saying that though, I may as well just drive a shopping cart these days. I just can't stop going round and round in circles, mate. But other than the track, I mean spinning on the spot.
Interesting. And we actually had an interesting comment further up as well. The alternative strategy. Thank you for dropping that follow as well. Our league is in the same position, looking to do tier leagues next season. Some aren't always going to be happy, but on the other hand, it gives slower drivers a chance to improve and become better. Now, I could not agree more from my own league experience. We had a driver that joined my own league, probably talking 4 years ago now. He would come in and he would be lapped 2, 3, maybe even 4 times every single race, but he never stopped. Now, he's consistently, competitively going for top 5, top 6. And that's just to prove, as the comment up there, you put a driver with faster drivers, they get faster.
That's it. Oh, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I used to think, because I only used to play the free version. When I first got into online stuff, I was playing, I think it was F1 at 18.
Yeah.
And it was because it was free with PlayStation Now, or whatever it was at the time. So then I did it, and then I used to think I was the dog dangly bits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then you get put in a league with faster drivers.
And then I thought, oh, hang on, you know what? I'll just have a go online. I've never done it before. And then the first person I met online was Craigie.
Yep.
Craigie and Kevo, and then it was Shane, and then it was Lemony, and then it was Spidey. So it was basically us lot, and Fazzy, who you'll not know as Lucifer Shahid.
Yep.
And then Artistic and what have you. And then one day, someone turned around and said, because we just used to do 5 lappers every night. That was it. Online, and we'd create a lobby, then random people would join. And then you'd learn little bits and pieces off each other, and then you'd turn your little bits of traction control down. You turn this down, you turn that down, you get rid of some of your assists and all that sort of stuff. And it all this started from one day, one person saying, hey, we should start a league, it'd be great.
Yep.
And that is literally where this came from.
Yeah.
About 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Well,
that was it.
I played on Xbox originally, and my Xbox stopped working. I took a year out, and I got a PlayStation again, and I got onto the game, and I met someone, one of the guys in my league. I mean, bear in mind, my league's been going 8 years. So it's a long time, and I've got drivers in there now that were there day one. So I've got drivers that have been with me as long as I've been there, and I was just using custom setup, like basic setups. Sorry, not even custom setups.
Yeah,
and
same.
Then it was literally, do you know what? Yeah, I joined the league, and I came in. I was just like, oh, this is good fun. I like this. Like, how will I go about doing it? And the guy that was running the league was just like, have this one. I think it's rubbish, and he left. So I rebranded, got rid of all the people that we didn't want in there. A lot of troublemakers, bad apples, you know. Rebranded, and 8 years later, and we're still going. And yes, Team Mouse, it is crew. You know.
Hi, Mousy.
But yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, I'll say it all the time. What you guys have got here, I actually really like it here. And it's not just league. You know, a lot of leagues, they kind of need to be a community, and I feel that this is a pretty strong community. Again, you're going to get comments here and there that aren't a very nice community comments, but that happens everywhere. But anyway, we're getting ready for the lights out, and we've got Mitwee, Burton and Troy on the hards. Only Basil is on the soft tyres, everybody else on the mediums. And I'm going to let you take us through lights out.
You have to, I'm rusty.
That's okay.
I'm rusty. Don't put me on the spot like that. Oh, go on then. Let me start. Oh, where's the light? And then they're off now, and we can see Alex gets a decent start. Oh, McLaren and Chappers are scrappy just behind.
Chappers up
nice
to
and clean
second.
so far. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Looks like Soeb and Mitwee, but he semi-recovered it. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, another Alfa Romeo stretched the wall. That's Bevo, I think. No, Troy.
That's Troy, yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But it was fairly clean up until that point, but I think a few people lost the braking points to turn one. And it's, oh God, absolute carnage up the roof. Oh, it's a car park. Hamza arrived at the scene drastically. Didn't want to keep all four wheels on that Red Bull. But Spider-Man's come amok, went up there as well, and there's a few other people. Oh, it's not F1, it's Skittles. I've done a rubbish job of that, so I apologise, but it's all nice and toasty at the moment.
I tell you what, Lima was almost pushing Chappers up Eau Rouge and Radion just then, and that was any closer, and that would have been Chappers off into oblivion. It'd have ended up in Holland somewhere.
Yeah, then sure.
But Just Coconut's up into 4th place, and as he said, his race pace is usually better than his qualifying pace, and already all over the back of Chappers here in 4th place. Yeah, as you were saying, Spider-Man and Mitwee, Troye all having a nightmare of an opening lap so far. Biggest winners, let's have a look at those. Biggest winners so far.
Basil, big time.
Basil, up 7, and then you've got Mitwee down at 12. Basil's had an electrifying start, actually. As a drunk pirate getting very close to the back of Coconut's here.
Yeah, he's
Coconut's looking for move on Chappers
drunk.
down the inside. That was a Danny Rick late braking move there, and that is Chappers down to 4. Coconut's up into 3rd place, and Alex sets the fastest lap up until the 51.9. But here comes Drunk Pirate looking down the inside of Chappers into turn 1. And I think if the traction is going to let him down, it is. The traction has let him down. Chappers regains P4.
Well, if these three keep messing around, we're going to have to start calling Chappers, because he's quite obviously the umbrella in the drunken pirate coconut beverage, isn't he? So, nice to drink his rum from the coconut, the Chappers umbrella there in the middle, hanging around. But Pirates having a look down the straight. Here we go. That's done with relative ease. I think that just goes to show the different setup. These two Pirates gone. Pirates gone. Pirate did start to lose that.
Yeah, and then Chappers, the car just didn't go, and Chappers just nudged his rear. I don't think it was an intentional spin.
No, I think I was just mirroring what you were doing on the stream. I was literally on board with Drunk Pirate looking back, and he started to lose, and I think he only made contact because he lost it, to be fair.
It was, yeah. And the game just doesn't boast either, does it? I think that's something else as well. The game
not quick enough. No.
It's so inconsistent, isn't it? But here comes Foxy, Chappers' teammate, all over the back of Chappers at the moment. One of Team Orders will come into play. Lima closing in on Alex.
That won't happen here, but you're quite right with Lima. He's arriving at the scene of Alex. They're quite sharpish.
Chappers is losing ground to Soho, though.
Again, I think that's down to his setup myself, because you can see how easily Drunk Pirate got got chappers on the Kemmel Straight, and that's purely down to the downforce. Because at that point, after Eau Rouge, it's not traction based there, it's going to be drag.
It is definitely drag, yeah. Alex gets the fastest lap. Chappers must have damage because into the box goes
And that
Chappers,
as well.
releases Folksy,
Yeah.
and here comes Lima then. Just Coconut's the fastest lap. DRS is enabled, and I'll tell you what, those rain, they look like rain clouds to me.
They certainly do look like rain clouds, and hopefully, that'll be nice and spicy.
It'd be nice and spicy. I have nightmares whenever we come to Spa anyway now.
There hasn't been a dry, interesting fact, there hasn't been a fully dry race at Spa since 2007.
There hasn't, yes, there hasn't indeed. And I was one of those unfortunate ones there last year.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Could be, yeah, that is a shame. I love that. I mean, I love this track.
That's the reason I went. It's
one of my favourite tracks.
Bear in mind,
Sorry?
I live like, it's one of my, that's the reason I went, because it is my favourite track.
Right, okay.
And I live 35 minutes away from Silverstone. You know, and
I've never liked Silverstone really, but I'd like the British Grand Prix to go back to Donington myself.
I've said that I'd like a different track.
The problem you've got is those size of places, but the only places capable are going to be Brands Hatch and Donington, but as a Formula F1 track. But anyway, that's a different chat for a different dish. So Abe is catching Bevo.
Lima's really close to
Lima,
Alex.
yes. Again, it could be the setups that are keeping these two apart because they've had the DRS for this lap. So Alex has obviously kept Lima ahead after the Kemmel Straight. So that's the
Oh, and that's Lima. He's just gone in far too hot. Far too hot.
It was beautifully saved though.
It was.
To make the
Bevo's had a mistake as well. Oh, when he's round again. Bevo's done what Bevo does often, let's say. He has the pace, but he's just a fraction inconsistent, isn't he, Bevo?
Yeah, he is. He's got all the talent, but if he's going to be inconsistent, it's better to be inconsistent in this race that's not his. But I seem to recall this season he's had a few skirmishes with his teammates in Tier 2 this season.
That's interesting. Oh, that's Burton going off track on the move there towards Spidey. And yeah, Spider-Man was not happy with that at all. He was completely off track, Burton, as he went onto the Kemmel Straight, completely off track and got the move made. And Bevo's round again.
Bevo. Oh, just looking back from Lima, Coconuts was wobbly, more wobbly than a wobblier thing when it's really wobbly there.
More wobbly than a wobbly thing when it's really wobbly. Right? Remember,
Yeah.
Bevo's out of the session. That could be a safety car.
It could very well be.
It's on track retirement.
Oh dear.
That does even take a lot.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what I want to say. Well, this middle sector, Liam, since he had his little sideways entry into the last corner, he lost about half a second. He's maintained that gap, and if anything, he did reel it in. But since I noticed, he's lost about 2.5 tenths on the last few corners. But where it's been flat out, so I think again the Lima versus Alex situation is similar to that of what we saw previously with Chappers versus Drunk Pirate. That's the one. Thank you. So we'll see now coming out of turn 1. He needs to get a good traction out of turn 1. There's Lima. But he's just outside of DRS. Just missing out on DRS. You can see now he's just over a second behind.
And he's going to get DRS?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's not. He was over a second at the detection point. Yeah.
Just out.
But yeah, look, and then now this is where you see the difference on the straight. Now Lima's just
I think it's
dropping off
sector 2 is where he's making up his time. Oh, Jesus.
As long as he don't go sideways, yeah.
Yeah, his setup is not a let's ride the curve setup, is it?
No.
Troye very close to Folksy here now for 6th and 7th. The champion this season, obviously doing from the back, joined qualifying late, starts at the back, up into P7 so far. Battle into 4th place. Yellow flags in sector 2, and that is going to be for Burton.
Yep. He's trying to do his best there, bless him. Yeah, Troy is really in folks.
It really is really in. Yeah.
Considering it's on the hard tyres,
Lima's had a
Lima's
round. Lima's round.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if it's a setup issue, if it's
He just didn't
how he's
look very
driving.
comfortable on those curves. Actually, very twitchy on the rear.
Yeah.
Seaburton's out of the session. That could be a safety car.
Yeah, he's gone. He's binned it. I think Burton's tyres are too hot. He just lost it in the end. There's no safety car at the moment. It would have come out by now, I think. I mean, Basil would have loved a safety car at this point, so he could have boxed for a pit stop. He's going to box anyway.
Which is interesting. Does Lima have damage though? No, he's going to continue on. That's okay. Because that would have been very, very destroying if he'd have had to have.
He's having a little look.
Double stab. But yeah, Folksy down the inside. Contact into the source. As Lima drops down to P5 now. Basil's going to come out on the hards in P9.
Lima's already on the ball of the back of Folksy, and they've just made contact. Not even at the RS zone, and that's how much pace Lima's got there.
Oh my god, look at Troye. Jesus, Troye's got some pace.
Side by side. Oh, great work, both drivers there. Yeah, just enough space.
Oh, and there goes Folksy.
He lost it as he.
Yeah, this is another thing I really like about the Tier 1 drivers. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it every time I do Tier 1 if I have to. It's not often that you see drivers with the pace that the Tier 1 drivers have got, and they can race wheel to wheel.
Yeah, yeah, I think I will defend other people here, though. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. There is a lot of people here. There are a lot of people here, and I can vouch for it myself. That can race just like that, and there are a lot of people who deserve a lot of respect.
Yeah, no, this is what I mean. But if you go,
but going back to what you said, and I echo your sentiment completely. Going tie that in with the pace, it's obscene. Totally agree with you.
Yeah. There's a lot of drivers that can smash laps out, fast laps, lap after lap. But you put a car next to him, they don't know what they're doing.
Lima again.
Yeah, he's just not happy on that setup, is he? It looks really, really as Martin Brundle would say. It looks like he's resting an octopus.
It's an octopus. Yeah, he probably would say that, wouldn't he?
He would definitely say that.
Oh, Marty B. Oh, you know what? He might have just gapped Lima for DRS again. He has. Just about enough at the detection zone. That's just goes to highlight how much the problem Lima's having with his track at the moment.
Basil already over the back of Mitley.
Wow.
Here goes Basil round the outside. Ooh, he's been squeezed a bit there.
All's fair in love and war. A little bit of a squeeze. I would have done the exact same thing, to be fair. Just enough to let them know I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this apex. Thank you very much, not you.
Sorry, keep an eye on my little one.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be back. I'm on board with Basil at the minute.
Yeah, there's a good little scrap going on between Basil and Mitley here as we're making our way down the fast left-handing section. Apologies for not knowing all the corner names, guys. But there's a good little bit of a scrap going on here. Basil, who unfortunately was dealt a cruel blow last week for the timing of the safety car and whether to lose a win last week. He did everything to deserve P1 last week. He had a great drive at Brazil, but unfortunately it happens to us all. But he's just reeling in Mitwee for fun here. So he just needs to time his move nicely as we're heading down towards the bus stop chicane. Mitwee thinks about going defensive, but doesn't need to because he's too far ahead. And it's all about traction now on the exit of this. Nice and smooth there from Basil. Mitwee's a little bit here and there. Basil will just reel him in again. He's probably best off waiting until the Camel straight because he only go past to get overtaken again. Biding his time, saving up the battery, save a little bit of fuel. Pins it on the exit there of turn 1. Working way up to Rouge. Nice, and planted through there, considering the dirty air as well. DRS for Basil. Reels in Mitwee. Not enough space here now to give a little squeeze. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, great move. And he can make it stick. And he just about bit. We might have a little nibble again. And great racing again, both these guys. Fantastic stuff. Carbon copy again. Both McLarens and both Alfa Romeos doing themselves proud here. Maybe he just picks up a time penalty there on the exit of there. But has we got anything left in the tank to come back? I'm sure he will give it everything he's got. But looking at the weather there, I don't know if there's anyone else who's still in the session, who was in the session, who's able to say something in the chat. Could do with knowing a little bit of weather, because it does look a bit precarious looking in the skies. So love to know if there's any weather. And Sohaib jumps into the pit lane. Currently on the mediums. I imagine he'll jump onto the hard tyres.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're alright, mate. You're alright. Just saying then, while you're away, Basil and Mitwee, just again, same corner as Lima and Troye. Beautiful overtake and racing side by side. Same
Nice.
two cars, McLaren and Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my youngest, little Lando. Yeah, Lando Norris, you know, Lando.
Oh. Sorry.
That's all right. Sohaib, yeah.
Sohaib just, as he exited the pits, it looks like he spun on the pit exit, but the game just plunked him back on the track. Look, that's yeah, go on, sorry. Have you named your little boy Lando?
Yeah, I've got Lando is my 7-week-old.
That's awesome.
And then my 4-year-old Jensen.
Yeah, good lad.
So yeah, so he's got.
How did you get that past the missus?
It's very easy, really. Boy, I got to pick. Girl, she got to pick. And I said, if it's a boy and I get to pick, then it's going to be a Formula 1 driver. Now, she doesn't like Lewis as a name. Max was a no-go, and it was either going to be it was Lando, George, but she didn't like George very much, and then it was just like, well, we'll just go Lando then.
If it was me, if you're going with the current grid, it would have been Yuki. No, not really. It'd been Seb.
Yeah, see, I like Seb as well, to be honest. Oh, yellow flags. That is for Sohaib again.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got colic at the moment, and it's at night time. It's horrible. Like he's
know the feels, mate. I've got a little two and a bit year old. I know the feeling.
Oh, colic's awful. Lima into the pits. Second pit stop. Oh, pit and quit. Yeah.
But to be fair though, with the way he was going, it wouldn't surprise me if he had a little bit of side pod damage or something.
Yeah, even rear wing, I guess.
Maybe it was
rear wing that he had.
If he had some rear wing damage, then that would explain
the rear loose rear ends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex,
was it him who got punted in turn 1?
No, it was.
It was one of the Alphas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Troye.
Yeah, because I know Sohaib tapped someone at the back of turn 1.
Oh, Chapper's into the pit.
Someone's stick on soft.
I do wonder if it's going to rain though. It does look very overcast.
It looks like it's flirting with it, doesn't it? I think Chappers is testing out a few straps and doing some tyre room, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, ready for tomorrow night. But one thing racing on a tier 1 has done for Chapel in a tier 2, it's allowed him to be really competitive for pole positions and the wins.
It has, quite right.
Yeah, he's definitely upped his game in tier 2 since reserving in tier 1.
Yeah, and this is the thing that Alex is in the pits as well, as is Coconuts.
Yeah.
This is the thing that we want to try and avoid, really. Now, it's all well and good, these guys jumping in and reserving. I mean, I do the same in tier 2 myself because I don't have any time to practice at all anymore. Yeah. But we were sort of like, we were trying to discourage full-time drivers from reserving
Yep, and
because
I
it does
completely
give them
agree.
that unfair advantage. But again, it is what it is. Again, it's the first, it's the first season on a new game. Everyone's still getting used to it of sorts and what have you. And if numbers are what they are, then we're not going to say no.
Yeah,
So,
leave
but again, like
leaving session as well. So
yeah.
hope sets
But like you say, the
like
likes of Chappers, who is reserving in this tier, he's a top end tier 2 driver.
yeah,
With the reshuffle, it's likely he'll be a tier 1 driver anyway.
yeah.
So let's same with Sohaib, probably Coconuts, but again we'll see what the registration looks like
Talking of
and
coconuts,
who registers.
brilliant move on Basil just then.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah. So that's Basil nibbling back again. Lots of
He
great
was,
aerial
yeah,
shots. You've got it
yeah.
as well.
This is brilliant, yeah. This is what I wanted as part of the game. We were promised the Helicam as spectator, and we never got it.
Yeah.
They promised it. They said, "Yep, new camera angle coming," and they promised that it was going to be the Helicam. We got to pick the Helicam as and when we wanted, and it never came. They never done it. And something else that I would really love for them to implement. This isn't a dig. It's something that I just feel would change spectator mode. Let us see the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, spectators need to see the weather.
You
Even
know?
if it's just even if it's just the general vague graphic that's that you get in the box at quali
Yeah, exactly.
or pre-race, or when you're selecting your strategy pre-race,
Yeah,
it gives you
exactly. Exactly. That's
the
what you need to see,
logos.
isn't it?
That'll do. That'll do.
Spider-Man into the pits. And something else I think would be quite cool is if we got like an option to see. Yes, we can see what tyres they're on and how long they've been on them, but I would love to see percentages.
Yeah, you get that in F1 Manager, don't you?
Yeah, I actually think the F1 Manager game is a better graphic game than this is.
Apart from the fact that every single car is identical.
Apart from that, yes, but
That bugs me. That bugs me.
but like the camera angles, the information. I mean, for
Yeah,
example,
it's going to have to be though because you're not in control of the car yourself. It's like
Yeah, of course.
it's no different from Football Manager versus FIFA, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. I mean, going back to the weather, what's stopping them implementing like a graphic that's, for example, see where you got the lap.
Formation lap, like they do the tyre strat.
Yeah.
Do it then on the formation
Yeah,
lap. That's all they need
exactly.
to do.
Or even have something where it's got the lap 12 or 22 above the interval bit. They got that cut out, haven't they? Why couldn't they put what the current weather is with a little arrow into into a cloud or a rain cloud or whatever, and at however many minutes it's going to do this, and then just have it there. Then when that transitions, move the right to the left, and then what's going to be next. But have it so it's an option that you can select it on or off.
No, I agree with what you're saying. Someone's gone off there.
That is Foxy, yeah.
He's probably touched that curve on the left.
Yeah, that is through on. Awful curve. Yeah, what a name, eh?
Troyer's box.
Troyer has blocked, which releases Alex back into the lead. Just Coconuts back into second place. Basil's absolutely flying.
He's had a tremendous second half of the season.
Yeah, he's really improved. I've noticed that since I've taken over the farm, he's improved massively as well. Like from when I watched the problems originally to where he is now, he's improved an awful lot.
Like I was saying when you weren't about and you had to pop off for a minute, so close to a win last week.
Basil was,
Yeah.
That
He was
safety
flying
car
when it was
destroyed
raining.
him, didn't it?
Flying. Yeah, his setup was. That McLaren could swim in Brazil last week.
Yeah, it could.
Probably that fish crash out he's got.
I think it was Luke said last week that is enough to disqualify him from the game running that helmet. Oh, and we're talking about Basil, and round he goes.
Oh. Felt like Sybil then on Faulty Towers. Some of you are too young to know what I'm about. Oh.
I've seen episodes.
Oh, Basil, bless him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to worry too much because, like I say, Coconuts is a reserve, so.
It's still a podium, isn't it?
Tier 2 reserve, so he's still technically P3 at the moment, and Sohaib again is also reserve, so he's only have to only has to worry about Spider-Man behind him, which is a good, what, 5 seconds behind him at the moment.
Is
So.
Spider-Man not a reserve then? Oh, he's a reserve for Tier 1 though, is he?
Yes, he's either tier 1 or a reserve with no seat. So Spidey's pretty sure he's still a full-time driver. Spider, I'm not sure. I'll lose track. There's that many people. Oh yeah, he had a seat at the beginning of the season.
Oh, I didn't. I was only. What,
Yeah, he came in the season.
six, seven laps here. The races here.
Yeah, about halfway through.
Yeah, tier 4. I've done the full thing. From Pirates round.
He's Spidey's one of the OGs of the PLR days.
Did it change then? Because it's Prospects eRacing now. Did it used to be PLR then?
Yes, we changed.
Prospects eRacing?
No, we weren't even Prospect. We changed it. It just happened. It was just coincidence.
Oh, okay.
But it was a case we were just pro league racing, just to give it a name.
Yeah, where did Prospects come from?
From Prospect by Esports, Prospect themselves. So that's when we joined up with another league, and it all became PRL,
Right.
Prospect eRacing. So it's just a coincidence that our half of it, if you like, so myself, Shane, the likes of Equazer, Coconuts, Spider-Man, Craigie, Kevo, Lucifer, all those kind of guys, artistic, were PLR. That's just coincidence that it went from PLR to PRL.
Right, that's right, makes sense.
We could have been XYZ and it was going to PRL.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah.
So that's 14 of 22, and I always find that this sort of stage of the race, it gets to the point where there's not a lot happening on track. Chappers is getting very close to the back of Drunk Pirate. I think that's because Drunk Pirate has had he's had a few spins. So Habe's had a moment.
Yeah. I was going to say Spidey was reeling him in just before that. But Spidey's now been released to go and hunt down Basil. Spidey with the fresher tyres. But like I said to you before, Spidey loves this track. His Spidey senses must be tingling.
Oh dearie me. Foxy on the back of Anza. I mean, on the back of Anza, he's pushed him through into the bus stop chicane here. He's going to go for the move and switch it to the left. So Habe's out of the session.
Yeah, he's gone into the pits. Oh, the wheel bashing, Foxy and Anza to tier 2, boys. Now, gentlemen, save it for tomorrow.
That wasn't terrible actually. That was quite a nice little.
That was fine. That was wheel on wheel.
It is 50-50 through the bus stop chicane there. But Anza is so close to Foxy now, isn't he? He's gonna get him again. The DRS is definitely going to come into effect up this Kendall Straight.
Now you see, this is the thing. I've said this to him himself, to Foxy, so he won't mind me saying it. And Anza's just going to breeze on by, everything deployed, thank you very much, jobs are good and see you later. I've said this to Foxy one or two times, bless him. It's squirrely there. He needs to pick his battles a little bit better in terms of time his overtake, because I remember commentating in Tier 2 last season or whatever it was, No, I wasn't commentating, I was racing him. I was racing him at Tier 2. In Brazil, and he kept overtaking me on the start finish under DRS.
Yeah.
And I kept overtaking him into turn 4 with the next DRS. And I did it.
Take it in.
Exactly.
And then he needs to stick behind to get the second bout of DRS. Take you into turn 4 and.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I must have done that to him about, and I counted back on my stream, about 5 or 6 laps on the trot. So I'm not even going to try and pass you. I'm going to try and defend you. Let you go. I'll take your DRS. I'll just get you back.
Yeah,
that's fine. And then once he realised, and he didn't do it all race, and he sent me a message after the race, like GGs and all that. We had a little chat about it. Yeah. I couldn't get you. Why couldn't I get you before the end of the lap? I said, just wait till the second DRS.
Yeah, exactly.
If you'd get me on the second DRS, he had enough pace. Because that middle sector at Brazil, you can keep someone behind easily, unless you make a mistake.
Yeah.
And they can be all over your gearbox going into the final corner. who cares? You're going to go past me DRS anyway, so who cares? So Foxy, he's not been close enough now. So if he'd have been a bit closer there, he's done it a few times in this race. He's still overtaken at the bus stop or into turn one. But he's not been as confident through Eau Rouge or as secure as other people have. So then they've just had him back on the Kemmel straight, and it's happened about 3 times in this race. Oh, there's Anza. There's Anza. Just a spin. All is well.
Yeah, Anza causing the yellow flags there. Chappers was 5/10 behind Pirate, and he's now 1.4. So I think he's had a bit of a moment as well. Just Coconuts closing in on Troye. Now I think we're going to start seeing Coconuts with real pace here in regards to Troye. Now Troye on 4-lap old mediums, Coconuts on 6-lap old hard tyres. You know, let's see just how quick Just Coconuts really is.
Yeah, he needs to deploy that ERS to get the protection. He might have just crept into DRS range there.
He didn't.
No, he just slipped outside of it. Just Troye doing just enough on the exit of turn 1. It's just going to be about this little sector now.
Just Coconuts. Really out of it now.
But now I don't think he will become the bus stop.
Let's see what you can do. I mean,
it's quite a wide delta track, this circuit. It's not like Brazil where, I mean, I remember years ago, seasons ago, I was in Tier 1 and I was 0.6 seconds away from P1 in Q1 and I was P19. That's a close delta track. Now if you're that far away from P1 here, then you're going to be in the top 6.
Yeah, of course.
You know, that's the difference in the delta of the track.
He has lost 5/10 in sector 2.
Yeah. Now Troye's tyres are going to be in optimum range. Coconuts are going to be on the way, but also Troye's are the softer compound of the two anyway. So
definitely, lap 17 or 22, 5 to go. I mean, it's Alex's race to lose, isn't it? Really?
It certainly is. Just fetch the Williams home, give it a wipe down with a damp rag when he gets into Pat Ferme. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I don't think Troye, as quick as Troye is, I don't think he's got enough per lap to close that gap up to him now.
He is reeling him in though, but we shall see in a moment because he's in shooting distance now. You can see him, and that might just be enough. And all Troye's got to do is just keep the pressure on because Alex can, there's no reason why he should, looking at the way he's gone so far, but he can quite easily get a few second penalties and a change him.
Yeah, I agree. So it looks like we were wrong regarding the rain.
Looks like we were.
I mean,
Chappers
versus Pirate is the closest fight on track now. I mean, I don't like safety cars, but I like safety cars because they spice the races up. Let's be honest. Anza's
they do, yeah.
Oh no, he's not. I thought he was into the pits again. I thought Anza was boxing, and I thought, oh, he's not had another moment. But Chappers is very close this time. I reckon we may see Chappers breathing bars drop Pirate down the Kemmel straight here. He hasn't got the confidence up Labion though. He has not got the confidence. He is a lot slower. Now he's losing time.
He's having a little lift there.
He's had a massive lift
throughout this.
Yeah.
Thanks some ERS as well. Going back to the Troye Alex situation now, coming to turn 1.
Yeah, he is
I've just been keeping an eye on him there, and in exactly 1 lap, Troye's taken 9/10 out of Alex. From turn 1, from we mentioned it, to turn 1 now, he's taking out 9/10. So he's got enough laps left. We've got a race on here now.
I think
we've got a race on. Oh, if it keeps going like this, we have got one on. There's no thinking about it, young man. We've got one. And I would expect no less from Troy after the season he's had.
Yeah, he's gonna. No, I know Troy. Troy used to race for me in my league. I know Troy very well, and yeah, he's definitely not a slouch.
Like doing the quick things, quick bits, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very, very quick, and he's only got quicker and quicker.
Again, like you say, with racing with guys of higher standard and pace, it's in effect, it's subconsciously, you subconsciously improve. You don't even know you're doing it, but you do improve.
Yeah, I mean, 1.8.
Chapter's all over the back of Pirate now.
1.8.
And Andrew's not far off.
Yeah, see, you watch Chappers now going up here. There's the lift.
Yeah. To be fair though, that could be due to on hard tyres. But again, that's what's costing him.
Yeah, it is.
If you're going to do that, you may as well save your ERS with one fast go later on for the race. He's running on empty on that consistently, and Anza may just have had DRS on that occasion, so he's got to look in his mirrors now. Drunk Pirate, the reigning Tier 2 champion from last season. We're going to have 2 Ferrari engines in 1 Ferrari then.
Is Drunk Pirate staying Tier 1?
Again, we'll see what happens. I would imagine so.
Yeah.
He's not doing a bad job, has he? Fair play to him. But again, Troy, going back to Troy and Alex, just about second out of the again.
Anza. And is Anza going to do what Chappers has struggled to do for the last 3 laps and get past Drunk Pirate? I think the answer to that one may be yes. But he's on much better tyres, isn't he? Let's be honest. 2 laps to go.
Oh, yeah. Feeling a bit like brand new soft tyres, no fuel in the tank, light as a feather.
Tell you what though, Pirate's got a pretty quick car.
Oh, aye. There's no slouches, Pirate.
It's a quick setup he's got there, especially in a straight line. Troy's almost reaching DRS as well.
He will become the start finish.
Just tiptoes into it now.
See this battle at the top of the roof, see what happens with here. It's going to end in tears.
Oh, Chappers, yeah, a massive lift again. A small lift
Not
from
much that
Anza.
time. Not much that time. Just about hanging on to the coat ups. I'm just pounding Pirate.
It's going to go around a long way. Should have the inside. Yeah, that's move done, isn't it?
That's a lovely move.
Great move there from Anza. Ooh, the rear just stepped
Nearly
out.
through all the way. Yeah.
Right, Troy,
Troy, half a second. Yeah. I think this is going to be it now. If not this lap, definitely next lap.
It'll be a last lap.
I would. Reel him in, save your battery. I mean, he hasn't got much choice, it isn't going to be this lap anyway, is it? But
No,
got to make sure he does it next lap. I'm sure he will do though, but
I think I'm going to stay on board with this now and watch this unfold towards the line.
Hamza has just left them 2 guys for dead now, he's 2 and a bit away. Obviously it's going to happen with the soft tyres and being brand spankers. But this could be either or for Alex and Troy. But just goes to show Troy's pace. Okay, he's on the softer compound tyre of the 2, like we said, they are fresher. So his performance is going to be a lot better than what Alex is getting. But this isn't a foregone conclusion. This isn't a case of Troy will pass Alex.
No, not at all.
I reckon they'll be side by side at the chicane at the end of the Camel Straight. So, like we've seen a number of moves done today in the same manner.
I mean, time after time, the Hards have proven to be a better race tyre.
That's the only thing I don't like about the regulation change. It just gets rid of that element of quality.
Yeah.
So I used to love qualifying on P11 on the tyres I wanted.
Yep.
Grand spankers for the race. Just getting it like one stop in medium soft at Brazil.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But
I hate the fact you only get one medium, one hard. Right, here we go then. Half a second again. using his battery now. It's got to be this lap.
It's got to be now. Got to be now. Teeny tiny lift from Troyer.
He's giving it everything there.
So is Alex. I don't think he's close enough.
It's going to be close, isn't it? I mean, there's a couple more opportunities. One into the bus stop chicane for definite. And I think that's the final option, isn't it? Yeah, that's the final chance to move into the bus stop chicane at the end of the lap.
He did just set a perfect back to sector 1 of all.
Spider-Man versus Basil as well, very close. Spider-Man gets past Basil before from 5th place. That may be a track warning there for Alex.
Yeah, I think Spidey's done that off the track and just giving it straight back to Basil. So Basil's back in P4. Yeah, this is where you need to, if you're Alex, you need to have saved your warnings, the odd running wide, just keep the power down. But
absolutely.
You just come up one lap too late.
Oh, yellow flag. Oh, we've had a big crash. Nick Williams, Spider-Man.
Yep. He's gonna have a look.
He's gonna get the switch back, is he? No, he's not. So Alex is gonna win.
Oh, that's great stuff. Great work. Brilliant. Great drive from both of them. Alex
Coconuts will take 3rd.
Yeah, great drive from Coconuts. He's one to watch tomorrow night. Basil got let off the hook in terms of the pressure from Mitwee and Spidey, but they're having a little ding dong. I'm sure. Well, Spidey will jump Mitwee anyway with the penalty that he's got, so that's P5 and 6 sorted out.
Basil with a solid race there as well.
Yeah, it's good to see Spidey back up there, because it's where he should be. What is he doing in the box? Oh, Spidey. He'll still stay in the same place, mate.
Yeah, why did he box?
I don't know.
Do you think he lost it? Do you think he lost control?
No. Anyway, that's that, folks. He's crossing the line. Well.
Yeah, Hamza will take P8, Chappers 9 from Drunk Pirate in 10th. Drunk Pirate's had a massive moment.
Yeah, because he's got a puncture on the right rear. So that explains Pirate's moment.
Oh yeah, he has.
So he'll bring it home in P10, but it's effectively 9, 8, 7, P6 with all the other reserves.
Blimey. Oh, that snapped again just then, didn't it? How's he got a puncture after only did they only last 13 laps here?
The mediums probably, yeah. This used to be a medium soft all day long.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's different cars now, the downforce is all for shot in it now.
It hasn't changed anything. So there we go then, I'll let you take us through the final standings here for Tier 1's final race of this season.
Alex has a good race today. Well done for him. Troyer was unlucky there. He just ran out of laps at the end. Ever so close. One more lap and it would have been a different story. Coconuts as well. As you see, the drivers celebrating on the podium to round out Tier 1 for Season 7 and the first season on 2022. Champagne shower, showering away the champagne. I was running out of adjectives. Yeah. Anyway, also I was waiting for you to go onto the list so that everyone else can see what I'm saying. Anyway, so Alex P1 from pole doesn't quite get the the whole shebang, the fastest lap, but Troyer P2, fantastic drive for himself. Coconuts P3, another good showing for him, looking good for tomorrow night. Basil P4, Mitwee P5, Spider-Man P6, Folksy and the Chappers 7, 8, 9 respectively, and Drunk Pirate in 789 respectively, sorry. And Drunk Pirate in P10. DNFers, Sohaib, Lima, Burton and Bevo, 11, 12, 13, 14. And that is the end of Tier 1 for this season. And thank you all very much for taking part. Thank you all for being a part of it, involved with the chat. Thank you, Zippo, for doing the comms. And also thank you, Patty earlier in the season for doing the comms as well. Much appreciated. All the other guys who stepped in throughout the season. Luke, I know you've had an issue this evening, which is fair enough, no problem. Thank you for jumping in and helping. Chappers has come and commentated as well. Artistic has. Thank you all for doing what you do for us. It's all much appreciated. All you guys do make it all worth it, and all you guys do make it happen. So
absolutely,
we'll just hit the reset button. We'll start again next season, and we'll carry on again, and then we'll see you tomorrow for Tier 2. Don't forget Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4 as well. Also tomorrow before that, 8 PM UK time, BST I think it's called, correct me if I'm wrong. PC Tier 2 as well, so don't forget about that. That's the final round there as well.
Absolutely, guys. Yeah. So definitely, what a race it was as well. As Cruz just said there, Tier 2 kicking off tomorrow night with Feldman and Artistic from 10 o'clock. Wednesday night is Tier 3 with Solid Elite and Artistic. Academy with myself on Thursday at 8 o'clock, followed by myself and Chappers for Tier 4 from 10 o'clock. So it's been a great season, I think. I've only joined Tier 1 halfway through, but I've enjoyed my time here. Can't wait to wrap up Tier 4 on Thursday night as well, because that is still all to play for over there on Tier 4. So anyone, I think Kai needs something minimal to win it, but anything can happen, guys, don't forget.
Yeah, if I was a painter and decorator, I'd say it was emotional. And don't worry, I won't be here commentating on Tier 1 next season, so there'll be no more crappy puns. So you don't have to worry about that, you're safe on that front.
But yeah, thanks to all 16 of you that have tuned in, 16 of you live right now watching with us, thanks very much. Almost hitting 300 followers here as well, 12 away, which is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't hit that follow button, please do, and help support Prospects and their Twitch channel build, let's call it. But guys, we're going to say goodnight. I've been Zippo.
Yeah, I'm Crew. Crew's been Crew. Yeah.
Crew's been Crew.
Sorry.
And
I forgot about that bit. I'm rusty.
We'll catch you all again on the next one. But for now, guys, stay safe. Good night.
Hurrah!